Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stardom Review. I am your co-host, Undersea. Right over here, the Taco Princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I am doing great, Andre. I just kicked my own butt today. I had a nice leg day practicing balancing boards, and I didn't fall.
I
Didn't
went
fall.
to a library.
That sounds exciting.
No, I literally went to a library and watched Stardom.
Hey, at least you made it exciting.
Yeah, it made for a good day. And then I watched and then I watched Twitch while sitting in a library.
Hey,
That's the exciting day two of my vacation. Sitting in a library watching Stardom and Twitch.
I mean, sounds like a relaxing way to start a vacation.
It is. I was chauffeuring somebody and I didn't feel like driving all the way back home just to come back and get them. So I went to the library and did some work.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So welcome to we are here to talk some Star Grand Prix from the August 20th show. For and Before we get into that, I gotta say thank you to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, all of you wonderful, wonderful people joining us here on Stardom Review and right here on Andre Melball Wrestling Talk and on Backbreaker Video. Gotta thank all of you because we really do appreciate all of you.
Hmm.
So please keep hitting the likes on the video. If you're recommending out, get your friends to subscribe to the channel if you can, because we'd really appreciate it. And then don't forget to comment down below because we'd love to hear from you guys. Because we love talking to you guys. All the great comments you guys bring in every single episode, and we loved hearing from you guys. And don't forget, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello.
Good times, good times.
And I'm fueled by alcohol today.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh
just
no.
it's the only one I've had so far.
You're fueled by alcohol. Fueled by weed. We're gonna be giving her.
We are, but we are going to get into it. We're going to talk some stardom from August 20th to 5 star Grand Prix. You need to do a spin Rooney now, Mel.
Oh, that is not gonna happen.
Okay,
I will either break something or myself, most likely myself. We do not need that happening today.
can you do a Bush Rooney then?
That would have a worse result, my guy.
Where's little Bushy?
He is over there sitting on a shelf.
Ah, he could have done it. He could have done it for us.
Gucci on a coochie.
Well, we're here to talk some wrestling. So let's get into it. The first
Ooh.
match of the evening is Queen's Quest Miyu Amasaki and Utami Hayashishita, the Queen, taking on
Mhm.
Hanako and Saki Kashima. I only got 5 notes for this. Saki Kashima with the arm wringer then stands. I wrote in, but I'm pretty sure I meant on the arm of Hanako. Saki with the head scissors to Utami, gets the running boot in the ropes. Hanako gets the torture rack slam into the corner, then the corner splash for 2 on Utami. Utami gets the release German and the lariat in the ropes on, I'm fairly sure, Hanako for 2. Queen's Quest double team Hanako, and Utami gets the top rope drop kick for 2, then hits the Komoritsuri Otoshi, which is the air raid crash, and gets the win.
Yes, yes. I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't my favorite opener. I definitely felt that there was a lot of little missteps happening,
Mm-hmm.
particularly with Hanako and Utami, which is very, very interesting because usually Utami is kind of on top of that thing. That's what I've kind of like known her for, is being able to kind of elevate her opponent as much as herself, kind of deal. And in this one, it just wasn't Hanako's day. I feel there's that miscommunication with the drop kick with Utami and Miyu at the beginning, where Utami really had to stretch just because Hanako kind of shuffled herself into the wrong position, and
Mm-hmm.
Utami was unable to really truly connect with that drop kick. There's also the shoulder block from Miyu that
Mm-hmm.
she sold way after the hit from it, like the impact from it, which kind of looked a little weird. There's also that shoulder block from Utami, where same thing, she sold it a little late, and it kind of looked a little weird. And there was also a judo toss that she did to Utami that looked really, really sus. I don't know if it's just that Utami wasn't able to get that little bounce, but like she just kind of looked like she went over like a sack of potatoes. Um, Otherwise, I thought Saki actually performed very, very well on her own. Disappointed we got the old music. Like I like Saki's music, but I'm disappointed that we got the new music the night before when she was teaming with Suri, and then got her old
Mm-hmm.
music and no jacket on this night. But I felt like the kind of playful charisma that she's kind of showing a lot more now that she's with God's Eye definitely kind of set up this match to make it a little bit more better.
Yeah. Again, it wasn't a bad match, but again, it was one of
Mhm,
those ones that was kind of there, had a
mhm,
little missteps, and just
mhm.
yeah, it was fine. Like it was one of
Yeah.
those matches I won't remember after we do this show. Sorry to say.
Yeah, it wasn't what we're used to with the Stardom openers, but Hanako is also one of those wrestlers who every time we see her, she's kind of learning and getting better. So I don't suspect that this will be an issue going forward.
Well, like she is the youngest of all
Hmm.
their new people. So like, or not the youngest, the
100%.
least experienced. So like you we'll see where she goes.
Hmm. For sure.
Yeah, yeah. We move on. 6-woman tag team match. It is Stars, Hanan, Koguma, and Saida taking on Oedo, Taito, Rina, Ruaka, and Starlight Kid. Koguma getting the bear dance, but then Ruaka just punches her in the gut. Um, Koguma fights back, and Stars gets a triple team, but the pin gets broken up by Oedo Tai, and they triple team Koguma. Um, Iida and Rina are shoving at each other on the floor, just get into a little shoving match on the floor. Why not, right? And the camera just cut to it. Ruaka, as I wrote, dominating Koguma, but she fights back with a DDT. Eat in with the speed chops, but Rina in, and they double team till Iida gets the gorilla chop, and then Stars hit the triple piggyback splash. Starlight Kid gets the standing moonsault to Iida. Beautiful pop up forearm by Starlight Kid. But then Iida gets her own forearm, takes down Starlight Kid. Then she hits the sliding shoulder block for 2. Rina comes in, hits the double knees and the drop kick to her sister Hanan. Um, comes back in to attack Rina. Koguma gets the Koguma cutter, and Hanan gets the body splash in the ropes. And then they hit the triple team wheelbarrow facebuster, or they go for the triple team wheelbarrow facebuster, but it's stopped, and Rina gets a roll up for 2. An assisted fisherman suplex by Starlight Kid and Ruaka, and Rina gets the double stomp off the top for 2. Hanan and Rina exchange a series of roll ups, and Hanan pins Rina with the 17 pinfall for the win.
Hmm. Hmm. Older sister stepping up and pinning the younger one there, looking like she's wanting a shot at that future Stardom Championship.
So jealous, so jealous.
Family Feud. Yeah, you pretty much mentioned the ones that I kind of wrote down there. I'm really impressed with Iida in this one. It was a nice little kind of, I think, show off match for her. Just because she had the most impactful moves for me throughout the match. Those
Mm-hmm.
gorilla chops are just adorable, and her size just makes it more
Mm-hmm.
adorable. Really enjoying her new hairstyle, that kind of little chocolate brown with the green tips, ombre
Mm-hmm.
tips. Really enjoying how that looks on her. Yeah, I got nothing else to say on this one. This one was pretty decent.
Yeah,
Sir.
we move on. It's Natsupoi and Yuna Mizumori from Cosmic Angels taking on Club Venus's Mariah May and Waka Tsukiyama.
Mm,
Okay, like the night on the 19th show we talked about, I can deal with Waka's gear being that she's not teaming with a regular partner, and just you know what I mean. But
mhm,
you're back with Mariah May, who,
mhm,
gorgeous as she is, has insanely great gear.
mhm.
And you wear your old Wakatiti gear? Like, come on. Like
Yeah.
like you have gear to wear with this girl that like is at that's at Mariah's level. of gear.
Hmm.
Why aren't you wearing it? Why are you wearing your young, always getting beaten person gear? And it's just like, ah,
Yeah, we I think we've both mentioned in videos past. This is not our favorite gear of Waka's, and especially being associated with Club Venus. None of the other members look like that.
no.
It's something that I think I agree she should start to adopt a little bit more of the Club Venus look. 'Cause she did have a few like ringside looks there at the beginning that were like really, really comparable. But yeah, Wakatitties is not my favorite.
Well, even she has the white gear. She's had two other gears since this one,
Mhm.
and both of them have come closer to what Mina and Mariah wear. And when
Mhm.
you're teaming with either of them, you need to match, not to match, but it has to be comparable, not the gear you were losing in constantly.
Yes, I
I just,
agree.
I just don't want to see that. May really holding the notes for when she intros herself and Waka. Like
Mhm.
really, and her, especially her own. She really held the note. The Mariah May. Yeah, she did a really good job with that. May attacks Natsupoi from behind to start, and Club Venus gets the sandwich drop kick, or the woo into the sandwich drop kick. Natsupoi tossing Waka by the hair a couple times, kind of getting a little vicious little fairy right there.
Mhm.
Cosmic Angels double team Waka, and Yuna gets the slingshot. She got it off this time into the Boston Crab, and Natsupoi applies the camel. And she get like she slingshots her over and gets in the Boston Crab, and Natsupoi applies the camel clutch to go with it. Um, Mariah and she gets the super spin backbreaker to Natsupoi and unloads some chops and a slam, but Natsupoi comes back with the headhunter. Waka comes in. She hits Yuna with the Bolivian in the ropes, and Mariah May gets the second rope drop kick. Uh, Yuna drops May and hits the second rope splash for two. Waka stops Yuna up top, and May gets the Trish Stratus Rana, and then the top rope drop kick for two. Natsupoi gets the cartwheels out of the happily ever after tombstone, and then Yuna gets a roll up for two. Mariah May hits the TKO to Yuna, but the pin is broken up. May then hits the big boot, hits the happily ever after tombstone, and gets the win. Club Venus for the win.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This felt like kind of like a bit of a grudge match. Just because of the viciousness with Mariah, Natsupoi, and a little bit of Waka. It was almost like Yuna was like a third wheel in this
Hmm.
little feud. Because like she kind of came into Cosmic Angels before, or sorry, after Waka and Mina had left with Club Venus and all that.
Hmm.
Um, so she, I don't think, had any like beef with Mariah Waka. She was just kind of there to have fun and wrestle and stuff. I think she didn't she put the pineapple glasses on Hanako at ringside before before the
Yeah.
match started.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, Poi again, she's just being savage little thing lately. I like it. I like seeing the little short girls kind of being that little tack chihuahua. Um, that also being said, though, I would like to see her again gear start reflecting it. However, yeah, this was a fun match. I do again agree with the Waka outfit. She should be wearing her other gear. Kill it with fire.
I
Like
love it. The
this one.
attack Chihuahua Natsupoi. That should be her new. Yes. Who needs to be a fairy when you can be an attack Chihuahua?
I mean, she could be an attack fairy chihuahua.
Not just attack Chihuahua. It's just that much better. Oh, the things we talk about on this show. We move on to the undercard main event. It is the team
Mhm.
of Queen's Quest, Azumi, Hina, and Lady C taking on Megan Bayne, the Megasus, May, Seira, and Thekla. Again, these teams have been weird, like just weird.
Make it make
May,
sense.
yeah, May and Azumi, they have a really good, like fast, high speed style start.
Mhm.
Bane comes in and she just chops the hell out of Azumi. Then she like picks up Azumi by her foot and just starts like spinning her on the mat, but not like getting the air like Cesaro, just like spinning her around and like she's like just like sliding on the mat, like getting like
Mhm.
mat burn. You're like, ah, oh no, that just looks uncomfortable. What the hell?
But also, I mean, from a short girl perspective, that is just so insulting.
and then and then and then the spin stops, and she just grabs her wheelbarrow, so like, lifts her up, and just like throws her down like face first. It was like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, again, as a short girl, I mean, this the most insulting thing you could do to us is really emphasize the fact of how little we are. That's
Yes,
really what Megan Bayne did almost this entire match.
yes, very much so. Bane stops. Like Azumi goes for a La Mahi straw, but like Bane just kind of stands there, like, "What are you doing?"
Hmm.
And like she just tosses her off, but she misses the big boot. And this is where Azumi tags in Lady C. So Lady C calls for the test strength, but Bane just like forearms her in the chest, just like no. And then she then gets the shoulder blocks in the corner, and then Meg getting Lady C on the ropes, pulls her at her hair, like pulls back on her hair while Thecla's just putting her foot into
Hmm.
uh into her face. It was really
Very
funny.
awaited tie.
Yeah, Lady C gets the big boot and the ropes, and then a lariat to May Seira. Hina fights off. Hina's in, and then she fights off Thekla and May's double team, and she hits both of them with judo tosses and gets two
Hmm.
on May and gets a Fujiwara armbar, but May like rolls through, gets up. Then Hina just arm drags her back down and reapplies the Fujiwara armbar. It was really
Hmm.
good, really really good technical style there. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Um, Thekla in with a perfect plex for two. Hina gets the running neck breaker to Thekla and tags in Azumi. Thekla and Azumi dodge each other's kicks like high speed style. Then they each just crack each other in the head with forearms, and Thekla unloads with kicks. Um, Thekla spider poses, and Azumi misses her. Misses coming off top when she spider pose, and then Bayne gets a running boot in the ropes. She comes in, slams Azumi, and then she picks up Thekla, slams her on top of Azumi, and Thekla gets a 2 count, getting slammed on top. Uh, Lady C tries to drop Bayne with the shoulder blocks, but Bayne ends up crushing her with a shoulder block. But she misses a splash in the corner, and then she gets triple teamed by all of Queen's Quest, but she fights all three off with relative ease. Bayne hits a delayed suplex on Lady C. Queen Quest tries to triple team again. Lady C comes off the top with a tomahawk chop to the head to Tatanka style, baby. Uh,
Hmm.
and then unloads chops to just a Bane, but she won't go down. And then Bane just comes back with a hard lariat, dropping Lady C. Lady C tries to choke slam, but can't get her up for the choke slam. Bane then gets her by the throat and hits the tree slam, but the pin gets broken up. Thekla and May take out Azumi and Hina, sending them to the floor. Then Bane picks up May and puts her on her shoulders, and then tosses her onto Queen's Quest on the floor. And then Thekla decides to sit on a pile of humans. Just for some reason, she decides, I'm going to sit on everybody.
She
Just like,
literally sat down and was like, "Yeah, no, we got this."
it's like I'll sit on them. I'll keep them from attacking. So Bane picks up Lady C, hits the F5 to hell, and gets the big ol' win.
Hmm. For a team of like Queen's Quest being a faction and a team of Mismatch, Team Mismatch has been doing pretty good lately.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you like start to filter out other people that they've been having in there, like Micah, Suzuki. I mean, this team has been very, very interestingly dominant. Um, Especially Bane. There was that one point where Lady was just firing off chops on her, and it wasn't even like it was just completely ineffective. She was just sitting there watching her, like, "What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's nothing to hurt there. I don't understand. It was
Yep.
crazy. The strength and the power that Megan Bayne has is absolutely incredible, and is a very I'm gonna say breath of fresh air in Stardom right now, because we got those powerhouses, but we don't have like this kind of powerhouse.
because like she's the first of this kind of powerhouse really since Alpha Female Jazzy Gabbard. Like
I agree.
really, yeah.
I agree. I'd still love to see the two of them tag. Holy shit. That would be an unbeatable tag team.
The Alphasis.
The Alphasis?
Yeah, Alphasis.
Alphasis?
Well, Megasus, Alphas, Alpha, Megasus, the Alphasis.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I guess it didn't work.
Alphagus? Alphagus? Gus is at the end there? I don't know. It works.
Alphagus.
Alpha
Oh, just like an Alpha
Bayne? We'll just sit here and naming teams all night for Megan Bayne and Jazzy Gabbard. I would love to see that team in the tag team tourney. That would be an incredible team. I would bet on that team.
I wouldn't, but I'm crazy though.
You are.
Yeah. Anything else on this one?
No.
All right, we're gonna move on. Semi-main event of the evening. Oh my God, we're only 21 minutes into this thing, and we're at the semi-main event. Man, we're doing pretty. This is gonna be a little bit of a shorter show today.
Well, there's only 6 matches on this one, yeah.
Little bit of a shorter show.
Hazuki, I mean, we got shit to say about the main.
Do you?
I really enjoyed that main.
Oh, it was great. Hazuki versus Ami Sarai. They fight back and forth in the lockup. Ami gets the double chops, and then she fights her into the ropes and gets the double chops on the ropes. Hazuki does the Francesco Akira style roll through into that stomp. Loved it. To Ami Sarai, and then she gets the face wash, but she does not get the running boot because Mai gets a shoulder block. Ami gets a few 3 or 4 scoop slams in a row, and then just gets a 2 count at a row. It was just a weird little spot. I was like, all right, that's cool.
Flexing her power for some reason.
Yeah, I was just like, I like it. Ami Sarai gets back in it, lays Hazuki across the corner, hits the splash to the midsection, and gets a 2. Single leg crab by Ami, but Hazuki eventually gets to the bottom rope. Hazuki gets the second rope drop kick, hits the running senton for 2, then transitions into the crossface, but Ami fights her way to the ropes. This is where Hazuki does get the face wash and the running boot in the ropes. They exchange strikes in the center of the ring, but Hazuki gets the DDT, then the running big boot in the ropes, but Ami catches her going for the MX, and she catches the MX, transitions, and lifts her up into the suplex without ever putting Hazuki down. Dang, this girl's got strength to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Argentine backbreaker by Ami Sarai, and she places Hazuki facing into the corner upside down and gets the splash to the back, and then gets the stack pin for 2. And then she turns it into the high angle Boston Crab. But then Hazuki fights and eventually does get to the ropes. They trade strikes on the ropes, and Hazuki gets reverses a suplex into a DDT. Hazuki goes up, but Ami cuts her off. They fight up top, but Hazuki knocks her off, and she gets a sunset flip off the top for 2. But then Ami comes back with a lariat, then some wrist clutch lariats, and hits a blue thunder bomb for 2. They trade rolls to 10th. Then Haz hits a boot, sending Ami into the corner, and hits the MX out of the corner. Then goes to the second rope, hits the second rope senton, then goes to the top, hits the top rope senton, but again can only get 2. So Hazuki comes off the second rope, hitting a DDT to Ami, and then she goes to the top and hits the MX off the top, but Ami kicks out at 2.9, that last millisecond. Hazuki the pick, so she's getting frustrated. So she picks her up, hits the brain buster for the win.
This was a fun match. I've been missing Ami. I feel like it's been a little hot minute since she's been in something that we really I don't want to say talked about a lot. Maybe is the right word, but yeah, it's been nice to see her back in singles action in this one. There was one point where she was doing the high angle crab at the beginning there. I thought that looked really, really good. She's really good at those high angle crabs, especially I think with just the pure power and strength that she has.
Is that Tenzon or Makabe? come for Tenzon or Makabe? Can't remember which one.
Makabe.
Makabe, that's it. Couldn't remember. I knew it was one of the two, but yeah.
Tenzon cannot now.
No, but no, one of them was famous for doing that. Like like Samoa Joe did it
Makabe.
for, and then Joe's done it for years. Samoa Joe's done it for years, but he picked it up off of Makabe too. So yeah.
There's that one point where Ami was in the crossface from Hazuki. My goodness, girl, pick the furthest rope possible to crawl to. Like she and bless her. I mean, she's so strong. She crawled literally 3/4 of the way across the ring. It was like, girl, you just needed to turn a little. You were so close to the one on the. You could have made it there. Did you see at that point also when Ami was about to escape from the crossface? For whatever reason, Iida and Saki were fighting on the outside.
Yeah. No. What? Really?
Yeah. Iida, and Kashima Saki, they were. I saw them spatting on the outside there, and I was like, I mean, it's one thing that, like, you got to be out there cheering your person on. Why the frick you fighting?
Well, probably. Well, Iida probably said something bad about about Ami. So Saki tried to defend her honor, and they fought. Or actually, it probably was Saki saying something bad about Hazuki, and Iida trying to defend Hazuki's honor, and that's why she was trying to fight her. I mean, I'm just going to go with that.
One of them Saki probably got in Iida's space and just shoved Iida. But anyway, they started fighting on the outside. I thought it was really funny because all I saw was hair everywhere for a little bit. Yeah, you mentioned that torture rack into the reverse tree of woe. For whatever reason, I wrote down core. The torture rack into the reverse tree of core.
Yeah, the tree of core.
The tree of core. Yeah, that whole transition was just freaking cool. I really, really like that. And again, it just went into that high angle crab that she's so good at. She's so powerful. Good little buttercup Powerpuff Girl there. Mm-hmm. There was one point where Hazuki reversed one of the suplexes Ami was doing on her into a really, really slick looking DDT. I really, really enjoy how in these big, high kind of like profile matches, Hazuki really does pull out that technicality. We don't always see it when it's in her like tag team and multi-person kind of matches. We just kind of see that raw strength that she's kind of usually thrown in there for. But I really do enjoy seeing these kind of transitions that she's doing with the reversals and stuff like that. There's a top rope code breaker Hazuki did, just picture perfect. Looks like dangerous as shit, but frick, it looks awesome. Yeah, this was a fun match. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous match, man. A great semi-main event, but the main event even topped it.
Oh.
So again, staying within the Red Stars division. I need a new
time. Tell him again.
Staying within the Red Stars division, it's a Mayu Iwatani versus Natsuko Tora. Tora immediately hits a lariat for 2, then gets a senton for 2, like right off the hop. Mayu fights back, sending Tora to the floor with a drop kick, but she goes for the suicide dive, but Tora hits her with the case right in front of the ref. And then pulls her to the floor, tosses her in the chair on one side, and he takes her and tosses her into the chairs on the other side. Excuse me. Tora with some stiff kicks, the scoop slam in the ring, and then she sentons the leg of Mayu Iwatani, then applies the stretch muffler. I'm like, I've never seen somebody senton a leg, but good on you if you're going to work it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Mayu does get the ropes pretty dang fast. Mayu fights back and gets the sling blade. She gets tossed into the corner though, and she gets rolled up into. But she gets the roll up into the drop kick. Then hits the drop kick against the bottom rope, sending Tora to the floor. And then she hits the tope suicida to the floor. Mayu comes off the top of the drop kick back in the ring. She then tries the German on Tora, but Tora fights her off. They trade strikes in the center, and Mayu gets the super kick, and then Tora gets, she runs at Tora, and she gets caught and hit with a black hole slam, and both ladies are down. Tora then gets a corner layer. Again, the shit happens in between, but I'm not gonna do every little punch and kick. She gets a corner lariat and then hits the cannonball for 2. Tora hits a frog splash, but again, only 2. Then she applies the standing stretch muscle where she's like Mayu's just hanging, and it would look so. I love it when people stand up doing a stretch muffler. Like
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar with his Brock lock, the stretch muffler. Back in the day, he would stand up and like remember him doing it to Charlie Haas, and Charlie Haas is just flailing around.
Oh
It
yeah, he's so
it,
little.
it looks so good when you have the ability of somebody stand up and hold somebody's body weight like that, and they're just
Mm-hmm.
flailing. It looks so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then she transitions it into a single leg crab and sitting
Mm-hmm.
way back, like she's like pulling way back. She's sitting on the upper back of Mayu, just contorting this girl. But Mayu does fight and gets to the ropes. Uh, Mayu gets a super kick, then a roundhouse, then a super kick to the kneeling opponent. Then she gets a buzzsaw kick. She goes to the top, hits the frog splash, but she can only get 2. Mayu goes for the German, but Tora fights out, and Mayu then hits a crucifix bomb. Then she gets the German and with the bridge for 2. Mayu then goes to the top and hits the top rope moonsault, but Tora kicks out at 2. Then she comes back, picks her up, hits the FU for 2. Then she slams Mayu, goes up, hits a swanton bomb, but then just picks her up again, slams her in the other corner, goes back up and hits another swanton bomb, and Natsuko Tora gets the win.
Yes.
So before we get
Yes.
to the post match, what do you think, Mel? That was
Well,
holy shit.
first of all, that pin breakup right before she got into the attitude adjustment and those 2 swantons, she broke that pin up with the mist. So she actually
Oh, I
spit that
missed that.
red mist into Mayu's face to break the pin, which was just
I missed that. I did miss that. Yeah,
you missed that.
I missed that. Yeah. Uh,
But thank you. I'll be here all week. Yeah. Oh,
because
love it.
I wrote down during her speech that Iwatani had blood all over her face. It was the red goddamn mist. God, that makes so
It
much
sure
more sense.
was.
I was
It
like,
sure was.
I was like, when did Mayu start bleeding?
Right about there.
Okay, that's okay.
um,
Makes so much more sense to me.
yeah. But yeah, go like first of all, I gotta say, Natsuko, I think I mentioned in the last video, she's moved up. She's number 2 on my favorite list right now from Stardom wrestlers. There's a very distinct possibility that she could take the Red Star tournament, and if she does, there's a very distinct possibility she could overtake Utami as my favorite wrestler right now. She's really, for me as a fan, peaking at for her career. Everything about her is so perfect for her right now. Her hairstyle, the way she's doing her makeup, the way she's integrating the mist so much more, the way she's integrating submission so much more. Her in-ring work has evolved. Her look has evolved. Her faction's evolving. Everything about her is just, for me, right now, so perfect. So this win is not surprising to me. Also, there was that one point before they really got into the match, right when Mayu had gotten jumped by Tora and they took it to the outside. Did you see where where Tora started beating her with that little pink backpack? Oh, I was just laughing. I'm like, that's someone's like $95 US lounge fly that she's just mercilessly beating Mayu Iwatani with. I had a little chuckle at that. The cannonball and splash by Tora, a nice, again, those simple but effective moves, which just make Tora so much. I just love her. Again, just like you, I love seeing the stretch muffler. I love seeing Tora use it more, and I love seeing her doing different variations of it. from what we're used to seeing. Because we have Starlight Kid and Suri kind of do that, like kind of twisting, locking variation. Desperado kind of does that, sort of like what you mentioned with Brock, where he kind of like does a thing, but he's still kneeling. He's still pretty on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The stand up for Tora is something unique and different that no one else I can really think of off the top of my head is doing right now.
Well,
What else?
just to that point of the stretch mark, I love that there's so many variations of the same move within this company, because like the way
Yeah.
Suri does it, the way she steps over and kind of locks the leg around the face, but then
Mhm.
Starlight Kid has her version where she actually applies the head,
Fully on the ground,
the
yeah.
she pulls gets the whole triangle in on the
Mhm.
head and arms, like in the inverted
Mhm.
triangle while doing the stretch muffler. I love the little variations from everybody, that it's the same move, but it can be applied in so many different ways, and you
Mhm.
never really think about that, but it's kind of awesome.
It's everyone's little touch of flair, if you will.
I love to
Little
see
touch of
Zack Saber
woo.
Jr. I want to see Zack Saber Jr.'s version of the stretch muffler,
That might be interesting.
the
That may
stretchy,
be
stretchy
interesting.
bang bang, or whatever he's going to call it.
Stretchy bang bang, my goodness. So, getting to the end of this match, though, Tora has beaten Mayu Iwatani, the IWGP Women's Champion.
Mm-hmm.
She's beaten Suzu Suzuki, also, arguably one of the toughest mamma jammas in this company. She's also beaten Suri,
Mm-hmm.
again, arguably one of the toughest mamma jammas in this company. That's three massive dominant wins in this tournament. And she has Tam Nakano, the World of Stardom champion, and Natsupoi. If I'm not mistaken, she's one half the Goddess of Stardom champions, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
two more
yeah.
champions that she
Mm-hmm.
has to beat. She's beaten one of the representatives of the company on an international scale. What are the implications that this could have? Not
Yeah.
just for the Stardom kind of championship thing here, but what happens if Natsuko Tora beats the World of Stardom champion and the Goddess of Stardom champion? That is three title shots that she technically just earned for herself,
Yep.
on
Okay. So,
top of potentially winning the Red Stars. Because if she beats all of those girls, those are all the top women, if I'm not mistaken, of the Red Stars division right now.
well,
She would be sitting at the
yeah.
top.
Well, Natsupoi is leading with 9. Natsuko Tora now sits with 8. So they're the top 2 in the division right now. Tam's got 5. So like, I'll go to her speech. She did have a speech as that. She says,
Yes,
"Speaking
yeah.
personally, I've just reached the halfway point of the 5-star Grand Prix today. I beat Suzu Suzuki. Kid snuck one by me, but I love that she gave the shout out to Starlight Kid that she
Mm-hmm.
did get beaten by her.
Yeah.
But then I beat Suri and Mayu, the strongest." And she's doing it right in Mayu's face. It was great. She says,
Mm-hmm.
"I am strong. I am strong." But next week in Aichi, this is the place, the arena they're going to in Nagoya. Tam Nakano, and then next day in Saruga, it's Natsupoi. To be honest, it's not Iwatani or Suri I've been chasing, but Tam Nakano and Natsupoi. So she's almost belittling what Utami as a champion here, which I was like, ooh.
Stabby, stabby.
How many of you are thinking of going to Aichi? Anyone here in Shizuoka? Well, I'll close with the mic again next week, so you guys can look forward to it. Until then, sleep tight. And then she just drops them. She just does a mic drop and leaves.
It was pretty rad to have a Natsuko Tora close out the show. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And a well earned win. Like, this match was absolutely incredible. These women just, this was an incredible main event. This is, I think, something, if you're interested in checking out Stardom, but you don't know what to expect, this would be something you would want to watch. I would recommend this match to someone.
Very much. So I'm going to give a quick update on the points. Again, the Blue Stars haven't changed anything since the last time we dropped the point totals for you, because excuse me, we only have Red Stars on this show.
Mm-hmm.
So Red Star division, you have Tam knocking it with 5, Hazuki with 2, Suri with 5, Suzuki with 4, Mayu Iwatani with 5. Ami Saray with 2, Starlight Kid with 2, Saya Kamatani has withdrawn, and then you have Natsuko Tora with 8, and Natsupoi with 9. This is going to come down, in my personal opinion, to Natsuko Tora and Natsupoi on Tora's final match. That's
I
going
think
to
that's
decide it. Like, I think Tora's going to get the win over Tam to go to 10, and Natsupoi will either be at still at 9 or at 11. So that will kind of deal. If Tora beats her, she goes to 12. And if not, it's all going to depend. I think it's all coming for the Red Stars. It all comes down to Natsuko Tora versus Natsupoi. The winner goes on to face the Blue Stars winner. And again, in the Blue Stars, we have Hanan with 2, Utami with 4, Azumi with 4, Julia with 5, Micah with 3, Mirai with 4, Mariah May with 4, Sayoriana with 4, and tied for first is Mina Shirakawa and Momo Watanabe with 6. So again, that division is so wide open. Like I want Mina Shirakawa to win. Don't get me wrong. I also want Julia and Mariah May to win it because those are my 3 that I want more than anything to win that division. But like, I think Red Stars is almost locked up as to see who are the final 2 competitors vying for that position.
Right
Yeah,
now, my money's on Tora.
I I I think she's gonna be in the finals. The Red Stars versus Blue Stars match. I think it's Tora versus. I'm hoping Mina Shirakawa and Mina sneaks a win out, but we'll see.
I mean, at this point, I mean, she's gotten a win over some pretty big names in that Red Star division, man. I will be very surprised with those wins if she isn't in the finals. Holy hot dang, could we see? We just saw like a new gear kind of debut from Tora. Could we see another one coming soon?
And just think about this: Natsuko Tora wins this tournament. It's her versus Tam Nakano on the 29th if she wins this tournament. So
Ooh, doggy. Ooh, doggy.
that'll be a main event, man.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Considering I've already seen the next show that we will be recording, I know the result.
We'll be back. We'll be
Rendezvous.
back. Well, as we record, this is Sunday night. We'll be back on Monday night to record again.
Yes.
That show will probably come out on. I'm gonna probably drop that one on Wednesday. So
Yes. You guys are in for
yeah,
a treat.
yeah. I might set that one to come out Wednesday. That's going to be. I heard a hell of a show, and that we're going to be covering the 26th and 27th, but we're only going to be covering the 5-star Grand Prix matches on those shows.
Yes.
So we will not be covering them in the card, and then we'll be back. Hopefully, we're going to be back later in the week or early next week before Mel goes away on her vacation. I want to get
Mm-hmm.
an episode dropped. I want to get some stuff recorded about the second and third, especially the third, because that's the big show with Julia defending her title on it, and just a lot of great stuff coming out from that week from what I've heard from this weekend. So we're gonna hopefully be getting that up to you before Mel has to go away on her little extended little vacay, so she gets to have some time off. So
Getting lost in the mountains. Maybe find some big feet.
gotta love those big feet, eh?
Hey, you know what they say about big feet?
Big
Big
nose,
shoes.
big nose.
What's that? Shoes, sir.
Big shoe, big feet, big nose, big hands mean they're goofy as fuck.
Oh, well, okay. That's good to know. Dating advice.
But I want to thank all you ladies and gentlemen for joining us here as we love each and every one of you. So you can find this guy over on X, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Hive at That Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada. You can find me right up here at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk on the Facebook page, or you can just message us in the comments down below because we will happily reply to you. You'll get me or Melball, and we'll let you know who's messaging back to you, ladies and gentlemen. You can also find me popping up wherever, whenever, doing whatever on our local establishment. I have nothing planned over the next little bit, but I will eventually be back there for something. So please check out our local establishment at twitch.tv/our local establishment. Also on YouTube at youtube.com/at our local establishment. Also, don't forget to go check. You might be watching us right now on Backburner Video. And if you are, thank you so much. Please go check out the main channel. If you are, and if you aren't, please go check out Backburner Video. Lots of great wrestling content over there. You can see us, all our simulcast stuff from Miss Astrid Pizarro. Lots of great content over there at youtube.com/at Backburger Video. Mike has all his great live content going over at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, where he has his Dynamite watch alongs over there and all the great gaming content he does. And if you want the replays of his great, awesome gaming content, you can check him out at youtube.com/at backbreaker_gaming, where you can find him. You can find Mr. PJC, Mr. Rick Jules, my boy, who got to actually see the other day at the tattoo shop. And Mel's got a tattoo from Miss Rick Jules right there on her arm.
Where the camera is. There it is.
Little Mr. Boo. Check out her Instagram. She posted it up there. Check that out. And then also their frequent guest, Miss Kayla J.
Kayla J.
So please check that out. Melball, where can they find you, madame?
If you're wanting to follow Melball, you can find her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can find her on everything else: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also follow me on our local establishment's programming, Bear Mindful, along with Alex the Werewolf and Caro Carofeld at Gold Standard. We're going to be dropping a video later today. I think this is coming out on Monday. Yeah, so later today, 5 p.m., we're going to be dropping an episode on vampires because we had to get that shit out of the way. If you know, you know. You can also find me on Astrid Pizarro's YouTube channel with our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We're going to be dropping an episode this Friday where we're going to be talking about the amazing match that I need to get a hold of to watch of Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch finally actually having their little showdown here. I hear we have to get a hold of that and watch it because it was pretty awesome. We're also going to be discussing some Stardom stuff and that. What?
They got some payback.
That's a play on words, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the show they were on.
Wow. Anyway, we'll be doing that one on Friday. That I believe this is going to be at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. You want to keep an eye to the socials to see when that's going to be coming out. And if you're wanting to watch Stardom Wrestling, we will leave a link in the channel description. It is stardom-world.com. It is approximately 999 yen, or approximately 10 Canadian. Shout out to on Spears. But it's actually more like $7.15 US. Which fingers are you putting down over there, sir?
Well, $7.15 because it's part of it. It's not a full one.
Yeah, it was about $7.30-ish for me this month. So yeah, that's still a great price to check out some amazing wrestling of this month and of the months past. If you go into some of their old shows, you might see some familiar faces that you can see on both WWE and AEW.
Shayna Baszler.
Sure. Shayna Baszler, Toni Storm, Bea Priestley, Io Sky. Go back in there. You'll see some familiar faces. You won't be disappointed.
No, you won't.
Andre, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say thank you all so very much for joining us here and supporting us. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop, what's it called? New videos? Yeah, that's it.
Ding dong.
Hello. Shout out to Bailey.
And that being said, I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah!